The story begins in a small town in Sicily on June 10, 1940, during World War II. The atmosphere is tense and uncertain. Government officers move through the streets announcing that at exactly 5 p.m. that evening, every citizen must listen to their radio because the government will officially declare war against France and the UK. In this same town lives a young boy named Renato. One afternoon, he is showing off his bicycle to his friends when they suddenly tell him to sit down because Milena is coming. From the distance, a beautiful woman walks toward them. Her name is Milena, and she is known as the most beautiful woman in the entire town. The moment Renato sees her, he falls in love. Milena is married, and her husband has gone to fight in the war. Her father is a teacher, and Renato and his friends are students in his class. From that point on, Renato cannot stop thinking about Milena. One day, instead of going to school, he stands outside her house. Milena steps outside, looking stunning. She notices Renato and calls him over, asking him to bring her a few things. Instead of handing him the money, she drops it on the ground. As Renato bends down to pick it up, he suddenly wakes up. It was all just a dream. Renato now wants to look older, like the men Milena would notice. In his mind, he wants to become someone worthy of her. He takes his father's pants to a tailor and asks him to cut them to his size because he no longer wants to wear short pants. He wants to wear full-length pants like adults, hoping to impress Milena and appear more grown up in her eyes. When he returns home, his father discovers what he has done and beats him badly. But Renato does not care. His feelings for Milena have already taken over. That night, after everyone falls asleep, Renato sneaks out and goes to Milena's house. He makes a small hole in the wall and secretly watches her. Inside, Milena is holding her husband's photograph and dancing to music. The next day, Renato goes to a music shop and buys the same cassette. That night, he listens to it carefully, completely lost in his thoughts about her. The following morning, Renato begins following Milena through town. He notices that many men stare at her and walk behind her, drawn to her beauty. At the same time, the women of the town dislike her. They spread false rumors, claiming she is having an affair, even though none of it is true. Hearing these lies hurts Renato deeply, but he keeps following her. Milena eventually enters a house, which Renato learns is her father's home. She comes here every day to take care of him. Seeing this, Renato becomes certain that Milena is not having an affair with anyone, and this realization makes him genuinely happy. A few days later, government officers arrive in town and announce that many soldiers have died in the war. They read the names, and Milena's husband's name is among them. When the people of the town hear this, they react with disturbing excitement. They believe this is now their chance with Milena. Renato becomes extremely angry at their thinking, but he remains silent because he is still just a child. Renato then goes to Milena's father's house. At this time, Milena is staying at her father's house. She is inside the room, crying. In Renato's imagination, he goes to her and says, "Don't worry, I will always stay with you. I will always stand by your side. Just let me grow up." But the truth is, this is only in Renato's mind. In real life, he has never even spoken to Milena once. After this, Renato goes to the church and prays to God, asking him to protect Milena from the people of the town. He promises that he will come every day and light a candle. His worry for her is constant and real. Once again, Renato goes to Milena's house. He sees her outside, tired and sad, hanging her clothes to dry. When she leaves, Renato steals her clothes and runs away. He misses her deeply, and he takes the clothes home just to feel closer to her. The next morning, when his father enters Renato's room and finds women's clothes, he becomes furious. He beats Renato badly and locks him inside the room. For the next 3 days, Renato is given no food, no water, nothing. His condition becomes very serious. A doctor is finally called. After examining him, the doctor says that Renato only needs fresh air. he is finally allowed to go outside. A few more days pass. One day at school, Milena's father receives a letter. It claims that his daughter is having affairs with many men and that she is a woman of bad character. The news completely breaks him. To avoid public shame, he cuts off all ties with Milena. That same night, Renato secretly goes to Milena's house again. Inside, Milena is with the town's lieutenant. They are now in a relationship and spending time. When the lieutenant leaves, the dentist arrives. He confronts the lieutenant, demanding how dare he visit Milena, claiming that she belongs with him. A fight breaks out. Then the dentist's wife arrives with the police. From that moment on, Milena's reputation in the town is completely destroyed. The next day, the entire town is talking about her. They accuse Milena of having relationships with married men. A legal case is filed. Milena goes to a lawyer to fight it for her. The lawyer wins the case for her, but the lieutenant is transferred to another place, forcing Milena and him to separate. That same night, the lawyer who defended Milena comes to her house and says he wants no money. In reality, Milena doesn't even have money. The lawyer begins taking advantage of her helpless situation. He tries to pull her into the room. Renato watches everything from outside, unable to help her. The lawyer begins visiting Milena every day. Then one day, the lawyer's mother finds out. She beats him badly with her walking stick. After that, he never returns to Milena's house. Renato is relieved and happy. He had prayed to God to protect Milena from that man, and now she is finally free from him. A few days later, bombs begin falling on the town. Hitler's German army attacks the city. During the attack, Milena's father is killed. Milena is now completely alone in the world. Her husband, the man she loved deeply, is believed to be dead. Now her father is gone as well. She has no money, and no one in the town is willing to give her any work. One night, Milena cuts her hair. Then she dyes it. This is her quiet decision that she will now sell her body to survive because she has no other path left. The next day, Milena appears in her new look and sits outside a cafe. The people around her are pleased because they now understand what she has chosen to do. In truth, this is exactly what they wanted, because now they can take advantage of her with money. In the entire town, there is only one person whose heart breaks because of this change, and that person is Renato. A few more days pass. The German army completely takes control of the town. One day, Milena leaves the town with her friend and several German officers. Renato watches this and is overwhelmed. He collapses on the spot and loses consciousness. Renato's mother believes that he is possessed by an evil spirit, so she takes him to the church, where a priest performs an exorcism on him. But Renato's father understands what is truly happening to his son. The next day, he takes Renato to a place where a beautiful girl is present. He begins to see Milena in her. After that, he slowly returns to normal.
More time passes. The American army arrives. The German army leaves. The war is officially over. After the war, the women of the town are filled with hatred toward Milena. They storm into a hotel, drag her outside, cut her hair, smear her face with black paint, and beat her brutally. Renato witnesses everything, but he is completely powerless to help. After this, Milena is forced to leave the town. Renato keeps watching her as she walks away. It breaks his heart, but he cannot stop her. Several months go by. It is then revealed that Milena's husband, who was announced to have died in the war, is actually alive. He had been a war prisoner. He lost one arm and has now returned to the town in search of his wife. But he cannot find Milena anywhere. The townspeople tell him cruel lies about her, saying she earned money by choosing the wrong path. Hearing this shatters him. Renato observes everything. No one tells Milena's husband the truth about how the town treated her, or how their cruelty forced her into those choices. But Renato wants him to know. One night, while Milena's husband is sleeping, Renato writes everything in a letter and quietly leaves it beside him before walking away. When Milena's husband later reads the letter, it says, "Milena loves you deeply. She was always faithful to you. But when the news came that you had died, the people of this town tortured her in every way. They pushed her into impossible circumstances, and she was forced to choose the wrong path just to survive. Now she has left this town forever and gone to the city of Messina." After learning the full truth, Milena's husband leaves for the city of Messina. Exactly 1 year later, he returns to the same town with Milena by his side. The entire town is stunned when they see her again with her husband. Renato is standing in the crowd, watching her. Seeing her fills him with happiness. But now, Renato is also with a girl his own age, someone he is dating. The next morning, Milena comes into town to go shopping. This time, everyone looks at her with respect because she is with her husband. The same women who once hated her, who once believed she was a threat to their husbands, now greet her politely and wish her good morning. Even after everything Milena has been through, she is still just as beautiful as she always was. As she walks home from shopping, Milena accidentally drops her bag. Renato, who is watching from a distance, quickly runs over to help her. This is the first time he has ever been this close to her. Milena thanks him and starts to walk away. After she takes a few steps, Renato softly says, "Good luck." Milena turns back, gives him a small, gentle smile, and continues on her way. Many years pass. Renato is now fully grown. In his own voice, he tells us, "I have dated many women in my life. I have met many women, but even today, I remember only one face, and that face is Milena's." The truth is, Renato never stopped loving her. Milena's story exposes a dark and disturbing side of society. It shows how far people can go to turn a woman into an object of desire. If we truly want to make our world better, if we truly want to build a good society, the first step is to respect women like Milena and the countless women who live alone and fight their own battles in life. Only then can we create a better and more humane society. And that change must begin with each one of us. So this was the complete story of the film Milena. We truly hope you enjoyed this story.